So I'm going to start off in this video just having a quick look around that empty library that you created when you started EndNote. This has three main sections. On the left hand side is your groups panel. This is where you can see any groups that you've created and any groups that EndNote automatically creates for you. In the centre is where the records in your library will appear. And over on the right hand side is the reference panel, where you can see individual information about each reference when you have it selected. You have some control over this layout. There is a layout button at the bottom right, and for example, some people prefer to work with their reference panel at the bottom, especially when they've got the window maximised. I'm going to keep it over on the right. At the top of the central area is a search panel. Again, you can hide this if you prefer to work with it off and just toggle that on and off if you need to find something. It may be better to look around an existing library to visualise this more easily. So this is my personal EndNote library. I've been creating it for many years now, and it has more than 2,700 references in it. I'll just use this to explain the groups on the left hand side. So at the moment I'm in the All References group, which shows, as it suggests, all the references in your library. The next group down shows the imported references. These are the last references you imported. I obviously just imported one here, but this could have been a group of references and this list could be longer. The recently added group shows all those references that have been added since you last opened EndNote. The unfiled group is a little bit of a misnomer, because unfiled references are any that haven't been put into another group. And there's a trash group. So these are any references that you've deleted, either because you had duplicate references or because you realised you no longer needed them. I really should have cleared this out before now. There are then the groups I created, and these can be created in group sets. So here I have a group set for everything that I've used as I've been studying towards my doctorate. And you can see there are many different groups in here, some for particular assignments and some that are more thematically organised. Whenever I click on a group, it just shows me the references that are in that group. If I select a specific reference, then you can see over on the right hand side the details of that reference. I can use this to make some minor changes if I wish by just clicking in and editing. If you double click on a reference, it will open that up in a window of its own, and you can see the full information for that reference there. Just close that. All of the paper clips indicate that I have a PDF file attached to these references, and I will show you how to do that in one of the later videos. You can easily sort the references in any group by just clicking the column heading. So here I've ordered it by date. Here I've ordered it by title. This can make it easy to find a particular reference if you know it's in that group. If you want to find a reference and you have no idea which group it's in, then if you click on All References and then put some information in the search panel at the top. So for example, if I wanted to find any reference written by Mitchell, I could type that in, press the Enter key, and there are all the references I have written by anybody with the surname Mitchell. And you can see that that has appeared as a separate group on the left hand side, which will remain until I make another search or close EndNote. You can decide what you can see in this middle window. If you right click on any of the column headings, You can see which ones are selected and which ones aren't. So for example, if I did not need the read unread status, I can take that off and those dots at the beginning will disappear. They're not that useful anyway, as they only show whether you've opened the record or not whether you've actually read the paper. And I can add extra columns by just choosing one from the list. So for example, secondary author, which you can see has appeared there. You can resize these and you can reposition them. So you have quite a lot of control over what you can see in your library. So that's what an EndNote library looks like.